14:20 in the morning for December 16th, 2022. Up and at 'em bright and early on this Friday morning. Things are looking good at 1420 World's headquarters. I got some big news coming up later on in the show here, but first off, we'll get to our sponsor for today's show, collectibleexchange.com. Use promo code 1420. CX at collectibleexchange.com for all of your sports collectibles, memorabilia, the whole bit. You probably won't get it in time for Christmas, but get yourself something that get delivered between Christmas and New Year's, that dead time of the year where you're just waiting around for something to happen, but it'll get there. Fill up your man cave at collectibleexchange.com. Before we get going, actually, I want to thank Wade Smith for joining me and Dave in the 1420 podcast last night. We had a great talk about the Swift Current Broncos 1989 Memorial Cup team, his son's journey into hockey, a lot of Western League memories, and a lot of stuff that I brought up, and some good thoughts. So thank you very much to Wade Smith for joining us on the 1420 Sports Bar podcast last night. Jim will have that up later on today for your listening pleasure. Make sure you guys talk to people about that. Anyways, we'll keep the hockey momentum going. Talking a lot of hockey this week, which is good. With the college football season kind of in limbo land, baseball's just a hot stove thing, so we'll talk some more hockey. We brought it up a little bit on, I think it was Wednesday morning, because I think it was Tuesday. Ovechkin got the hat trick to get himself to 800 goals. It's a remarkable feat. Nonetheless, he's the greatest goal scorer of all time, even though he's not at the Gretzky record as of yet of 894. But he's going to pass Gordie Howe probably before Christmas. They got to get to 802. He needs one to tie Gordie and 802 to pass him. They got the Leafs Saturday, the Red Wings on Monday, the Sens and the Jets 4 games before Christmas. So a pretty busy time of year for the games for the Washington Capitals, for Ovechkin to get to 802, but he'll probably be that by the time some people listen to this, because you don't listen in order. I understand that, but he'll probably already be there. So like I said, in my opinion, he's already the greatest goal scorer of all time. I wouldn't want to say he's a one-trick pony, but he's kind of a one-trick pony. He scores at will from that slot position. Even last night I was watching the game. Was over at Brown's Social. I was having a pre-show beverage, and I was watching the game last night, and he was set up in that same spot over and over and over again. Why coaches haven't been able to figure that out and just shadow the guy? I understand power play. I understand how hockey works quite well, actually. So don't at me or anything. But it's remarkable that the guy stays open as long as he does. It's unbelievable that he can just find that. The guy does have a nose for the net. The guy does have a nose for the puck, and he has a booming shot that everybody's talked about since the day he came in the league. It's crazy the consistency that he's had. If you look, I won't bore you with stats, because who likes stats this early in the morning? A lot of numbers going through my head this early in the morning wouldn't be a good thing. But if you watch his goal breakdown from 0 to 100, from 100 to 200 and on, it's about 160 per. Like it's unbelievable how many games it takes, and how he's been so consistent over the years with his goal rate. And then for him to get 50 last year at the age of 36, 37, it's remarkable how he's been able to put the puck in the net over all those years. And he just he's the greatest goal scorer of all time, and it's not close. He'd probably already have the record at the age of 37 in this 2022-2023 season, because he didn't get to play in his 2004 season because of the year after his draft. Because of the lockout that happened in 2004, he didn't play at all, right? And then you think about the lockout shortened season of 2012, 2013, I believe it was, where he was a shortened season, 60% of the games, only played 48 games. And then you think about the COVID year, where he lost a lot of games played because of all that. He would probably already have the 894 or 895 would be the record, I guess. He would be there without a doubt, in my opinion, that he would be already the goal scoring leader. He has kind of played in in an era where they are pushing for goals a lot more. Gretzky played the last portion of his career where scoring goals was a lot tougher. You had the left wing lock and the neutral zone trap, and goaltenders had massive equipment. You think of the guys like Garth Snow and the like. Yes, goaltenders early in Gretzky's career, they weren't very good, but like I said on one of the very first 14:20 in the morning, Gretzky played in the golden era of goaltending. In my opinion, there was a lot of really great goaltenders in the mid 90s, the early 90s there too, where Gretzky didn't put up a bunch of numbers. But Ovechkin now with goal scoring, how the National Hockey League is pushing for for more offense and everything else. It's helped Ovechkin's goal tally totals go up, so that you're going to have a debate with people about who the greatest goal scorer of all time is, because people's memories, as nostalgia goes, people's memories tend to get a little bit skewed as to what goes on a daily basis or a year-to-year basis on what actually happened. And like, emotion gets in the way of the truth, right? So that's kind of a thing that's going to happen. We kind of have a Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth debate kind of going on here about the juice, the baseball, the era, the this, the that. It's the same kind of debate people are going to have in years to come about who's the better goal scorer, Wayne Gretzky or Alex Ovechkin. To me, it's not close, but you do have some different rules, and like I said, goal scoring has been a lot different in these years with Ovechkin, and to be at 50 goals last season, he'd probably get to 50 again. Boy, was Dave wrong on this one a few weeks back when we talked about that, when Ovechkin going to 895. I think it's a guarantee. As long as he stays healthy, there's no way he won't get to that record. There's no way he won't get to that Gretzky number, because he's just such a prolific goal scorer. He does it all right, and with one team, it's a thing, and he isn't going anywhere. The team is committed to him, to getting to this 802, or from 800 to 895. It almost seems like the circus is in town for the next couple of years, and it's just going to be a goal tally every night of the week when the Capitals play. I don't think winning a Stanley Cup is in the forefront of the Capitals' mind right now. I don't think it's in the forefront of Ovechkin's mind right now. 895 is what's going to happen, and they will make sure that it happens. He will get a lot of the empty net chances. Gretzky scored a lot of empty net goals too, so let's not go there. But he's going to get a lot of chances to score a lot more goals, and it's going to be in the forefront of their mind. He's tied to the owner quite extensively. It's a thing. Ovechkin's made a lot of money for that franchise over the years. They got their cup a few years back, and I don't think a Stanley Cup is really in the Capitals' thought process right now. That's just my opinion, but just you see the way the team's constructed. Will Backstrom be around that long? Who knows? But it's one of those things. Like it's just different how a guy would want to stay there. Like we talked a couple days ago, how McDavid doesn't. He might be. I didn't say might. It might be an option to leave. I got added at on YouTube. The guy got at me again yesterday. I'll talk about that another day. But it's you think about a guy like maybe Sidney Crosby, who his competitive spirit, I don't think is, or his competitiveness isn't stats driven. I think that he might want to win another Stanley Cup, and you never know what a team might do to, because he's still flying. Sid's still great, and you wonder what a team might give up to get a guy like Sidney Crosby or Patrick Kane, who's been with his team for his entire career as well. You wonder if guys like that, who maybe want to go out and win again, if they would have that opportunity and have that chance. Kane, he said that he's not leaving this year unless he gets to a contract after the fact. He doesn't want to move twice. I could see Crosby leaving the Penguins. It's the same kind of deal. He's already won a cup there. He's done it all there already, but his competitive spirit to me isn't, like I said, I don't think it's stat driven per se. I think it's more of a team, and his wanting to win is more than the stats compared to what Ovechkin is. Ovechkin wants to score goals. That's all he's ever wanted to do. He's really good at it. Booming shot. He loves scoring. You see the emotion that he has and the smile on his face every time he scores. He's not doing the same thing, that hot stick thing he did 10, 12, 15 years, whatever it was. That was the most ridiculous goal celebration I've ever seen in my life. I thought it was quite stupid looking, but that's my opinion. But he's going to get to 900 at least, I think. Tim Monteith, friend of the show, a longtime listener. I've known Tim a long time. I put it up on Twitter yesterday. Tim thinks he'll get to 915. I think that's probably numbers right there by the end of the 2024-25 season. He'll call her good. So he's got a few years to do it. He'll be at 802 by Christmas. He'll pass Gordy into second place all time. He'll chase down Gretzky, and he's got a chance to, if he'll be right up there in goal scoring. One stat that I found that I don't like talking stats a whole bunch, but it's whatever. Gretzky didn't lead the league in goal scoring after his 8th season. So he had a longevity streak. Like he scored so many goals his first few years in the league and the like, but he didn't lead the league. And Ovechkin, he's getting 50 at the age of 37. He's going to get 50 again this year, I would think. So he's right there, man. It's unbelievable the way this guy can just put the puck in the net. He loves scoring goals. He has his Stanley Cup, so now it's about him, and he'll go out and get it. It's crazy what he's done. Anyways, we'll move on for a second. So go Ovi, go! You were my dad's favorite player, and he's like I said, he's probably up top, smiling every time you score a goal. It's remarkable what he's done. And go Ovi, go score a couple more for Steve. He'd appreciate the